Today we're starting a brand new fanfiction. What if Deku's quirk made every girl obsessed with him? Let's not waste time and get started. Izuku Midoriya had always been invisible. Not literally, but in every way that mattered. He was the boy people ignored. The boy people underestimated. The boy who stood in the background while others shined. Until the day everything changed. It started small. Too small to notice. Too small to fear. Ochako Uraraka was the first. They were walking back from training, her usual cheerful voice filling the silence. "You did really well today, Deku." Izuku smiled nervously. Thanks, Uraraka." She stopped walking. He turned. She was staring at him. Not normally. Not friendly. Intensely. Her cheeks flushed slightly. Her breathing uneven. Like she had just realized something important. Something dangerous. "Deku," she whispered. He froze. Her voice sounded different. Softer, warmer, hungrier. "I always feel better when I'm near you." His heart skipped. That's normal, right? But deep down, it didn't feel normal. The next day it got worse. Tsuyuasui sat beside him in class. Closer than usual. Their shoulders touched. She didn't move away. Instead, she leaned closer. "Midoriya," she said quietly. He looked at her. Her calm eyes locked onto his. "You smell nice today." He blinked. I didn't use anything special." She leaned closer. Too close. "I know." She smiled faintly. "But it's you." His chest tightened. Something was wrong. Very wrong. By the end of the week, every girl in Class 1A was acting differently. Mina laughed at everything he said. Even when it wasn't funny. Gyro stayed close to him constantly. Watching him. Listening. Waiting. Even Momo, composed and elegant as always, seemed distracted around him. Her eyes following his movements. Her voice softer when she spoke to him. Like he mattered more than everything else. But the moment that truly terrified him was Bakugo's reaction. "Oi, Deku." Izuku turned. Bakugo stood there, arms crossed, eyes narrowed. Not angry. Suspicious. "What did you do?" Izuku blinked. What? Bakugo glanced behind him. Ochako stood there, watching Izuku. Not blinking. Not speaking. Just watching. Like he was the only thing in her world. Bakugo looked back at him. That's not normal. Izuku's throat went dry. "I didn't do anything." Bakugo stepped closer. His voice low. "Dangerous. Then why are they all looking at you like that?" Izuku didn't have an answer. Because he had started noticing it too. The way girls looked at him. The way they stayed close. The way they listened. Like he was gravity. And they couldn't escape orbit. That night, Izuku stood alone in his room. His hands trembling. "What's happening to me?" He looked at his reflection. Nothing had changed. Same messy green hair. Same nervous eyes. Same weak body. But something was different. Something invisible. Something powerful. Something awakening. A quiet warmth spread through his chest. Not painful. Not violent. Comfortable. Like the world itself was shifting around him. He didn't know it yet. But his quirk had finally awakened. Not strength. Not speed. Not power. Influence. Attraction. Devotion. A quirk that didn't break bones. It broke hearts. And the worst part, he had no idea how far it would go. The next morning, Izuku tried to act normal. He really did. He walked into class. Sat in his usual seat. Avoided eye contact. Pretended nothing was wrong. But reality had already changed. And it wasn't going back. Ochako was staring at him again. Not secretly. Not shyly. Openly. Her eyes followed every small movement he made. When he shifted in his chair, she noticed. When he breathed, she noticed. When he looked away, she leaned forward slightly, like she didn't want to lose sight of him. "Oh, Ochako," he said nervously. She smiled instantly. "Yes, Deku." Too fast. Too eager. Like she had been waiting just for him to speak. His chest tightened. "Are you okay?" Her smile softened. "I am now." Bakugo slammed his hand on his desk. "Wait." Everyone flinched. Except Ochako. She didn't even look at him. Her eyes stayed on Izuku. Bakugo noticed, and that scared him more than anything. Training that day made everything worse. Much worse. Class 1A gathered on the field. Aizawa stood in front of them, his tired eyes scanning the group. Combat training, pair up. Normally, girls would choose based on strength, strategy, friendship, but today, every single one of them turned toward Izuku. Ochako stepped closer. "I'll go with Deku." Mina grabbed his arm. "No, I called him first." Jaro moved beside him silently. "He should pick." Momo walked forward calmly, but her eyes burned with quiet intensity. "Midoriya, if you allow me." Tsuyu simply stood behind him, waiting, patient, certain, like she knew she would win eventually. Izuku's heart pounded violently. "This is weird." Bakugo grabbed his shirt and pulled him close. "What the hell did you do to them?" "I didn't do anything." Bakugo's eyes narrowed. "You exist." He shoved him away. "That's enough." During training, Ochako refused to leave his side. Even when she was supposed to attack. She hesitated. Her punches slowed. Her focus broken. Because hurting him felt wrong to her. Dangerous. Unacceptable. Izuku noticed. "Ochako, you have to fight me. I don't want to hurt you." Her voice was quiet. Honest. Terrifying. Because she meant it. Not as a friend, but as something deeper. Something stronger. Something unnatural. Later in the locker room, Izuku sat alone. His breathing uneven. His thoughts spiraling. "They're changing." He clenched his fists. "Because of me." Footsteps echoed behind him. He turned. Momo stood there. She shouldn't have been. This was the boys' locker room. But she didn't care. Her eyes locked onto his. "Midoriya." His throat tightened. "Waye Yorozu." She stepped closer. Slow, careful, like approaching something fragile. Something precious. "You don't understand what you've done." Her voice trembled slightly. "But I do." She placed her hand over his chest. Right above his heart. Izuku froze completely. His brain screamed. His body refused to move. His heart raced uncontrollably. "It pulls us," she whispered. Closer. Her fingers tightened slightly. Stronger. Her eyes softened. And it's getting harder to resist. Izuku's breathing stopped. Because deep down, he realized the truth. This wasn't stopping. It was growing. And soon, it wouldn't just be his classmates. Every girl, everywhere, would feel it, and he wouldn't be able to control what happened next. Izuku couldn't sleep that night. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw their faces. Ochako's soft smile. Momo's trembling hand. Tsuyu's quiet gaze. They weren't looking at him like a friend anymore. They were looking at him like he was everything. And that terrified him. The next day proved his fears were right. Because it wasn't just Class 1A anymore. It was everyone. As he walked through the UA hallway, girls from other classes stopped talking. Stopped walking. Stopped breathing. Just to look at him. He felt it. Their eyes. Their attention. Their need. He lowered his head and walked faster. But it didn't help. Nothing helped. Because his quirk didn't care about distance. It cared about existence. And he existed. Then it happened. The moment everything truly changed. A third-year student stood in front of him. Someone he had never spoken to. Never met. Never even seen before. She walked toward him slowly. Her steps unsteady. Her breathing uneven. "Midoriya," she whispered. His heart skipped. How do you know my name?" She smiled weakly. "I don't." She stepped closer. "But I know you." That didn't make sense. It shouldn't make sense. But somehow, it did. She reached out, her hand shaking, like she was reaching for something she needed to survive. Before she could touch him, a hand grabbed her wrist. Hard. "Bakugo. That's enough." His voice was cold. Dangerous. Protective. The girl froze. Bakugo stared at her. Then at Izuku. His eyes filled with something unfamiliar. "Fear. This isn't normal." Izuku whispered, "I know." Bakugo looked around. Girls everywhere were watching him. Waiting. Like predators waiting for permission. "You're turning into something else, Deku." Later that evening, Aizawa called him. His expression was serious. Too serious. "Your quirk has awakened." Izuku's chest tightened. "This is one for all." Aizawa nodded slowly. "No." He paused. "It's something new. Something dangerous. Something unseen before." "You're not forcing them," Aizawa continued. "You're influencing them." Izuku's voice trembled. "I don't want to." "I know." Aizawa looked directly into his eyes. "But quirks reflect the user." Izuku froze. Reflect. His emotions. His loneliness. His years of being invisible. His desire. To be seen. To matter. To not be alone. And now, the world was answering. Too strongly. Too completely. Too late. That night, Izuku stood on the rooftop. Alone. Or at least, he thought he was. Footsteps approached behind him. Soft and careful. He didn't turn. "Lochaku." She stopped. "How did you know?" He smiled sadly. "You're always near." She walked beside him. Close enough to touch. But she didn't. Not yet. Her voice was quiet. "I don't understand what I'm feeling." He didn't answer. Because neither did he. She looked at him. Her eyes full of emotion. Full of devotion. Full of something deeper than friendship. And that's when he realized the truth. This wasn't just attraction. This was attachment. And it was only getting stronger. Soon, it wouldn't be a choice anymore. Not for them. Not for him. Because Izuku Midoriya had awakened a quirk unlike any other. A quirk that didn't just make him powerful. It made him unforgettable. And the more his power grew, the harder it would be for anyone to ever let him go. The next morning, Izuku stopped going outside early. He waited. He listened. Because now he could feel it. Not physically, but emotionally. Like invisible threads connecting him to everyone around him. Pulling, reaching, wanting. It made his chest feel heavy. Not painful, just overwhelming. He stepped into class. And everything stopped. Conversations died instantly. Every girl turned toward him. Not dramatically. Not obviously. But unmistakably. like flowers turning towards sunlight. Izuku swallowed. This wasn't normal attraction anymore. This was dependency. Ochako stood up immediately. Deku, good morning. Her voice was soft, warm, possessive. Meina moved closer too. You didn't answer my message last night. Jiro stood beside his desk, watching him quietly, waiting. Even Tsuyu, calm as always, stayed closer than usual. Close enough that their shoulders brushed. Bakugo noticed everything, and his expression darkened. It's worse today. Izuku whispered, I didn't do anything. Bakugo looked him dead in the eyes. That's the problem. Training was cancelled that day. Not officially, but practically, because none of the girls could focus. Their attention stayed on him, even when he wasn't doing anything. Even when he tried to hide. He wasn't invisible anymore. He was the center, and he hated it. Later in the hallway, something unexpected happened. Mei Hatsume ran into him. Literally, she fell forward, right into his chest. Izuku caught her instinctively. Sorry. She froze, her hands gripping his uniform, her eyes wide. Then, her expression changed. Interest, curiosity, fixation. Oh, her fingers tightened slightly. You're interesting. Izuku's heart dropped. Not again. Anyone, anywhere. It didn't matter. His quirk was spreading, growing, strengthening, without his permission, without his control. That night, he locked himself in his room. He didn't want to see anyone. Didn't want anyone to see him. Because the more they did, the worse it became. He sat on the floor, back against the wall. Why me? His voice was barely audible. He never wanted this. Never asked for this. He wanted strength. He wanted to save people. He wanted to be a hero. Not this. Not whatever this was. A quiet realization settled into his mind. This quirk wasn't made for fighting villains. It was made for controlling hearts. And hearts were harder to fight than enemies. Because enemies could hate you. But this was devotion. And devotion was impossible to escape. Outside his door, footsteps stopped. He froze. He hadn't told anyone he was here. A soft knock followed. Deku, Ochako. He didn't respond. Another knock. Please open the door. Her voice trembled slightly. Like she was struggling. Like she was fighting something inside herself. I just want to see you. His chest tightened. I'm fine. Silence. Then, no, you're not. Her voice dropped to a whisper. And neither am I. He walked toward the door slowly, his hand hovering over the handle. He shouldn't open it. He knew that, but his heart, his stupid heart, didn't want her to leave. He opened the door. She stood there, breathing unevenly, eyes locked onto his. Relief flooded her face instantly, like she had been suffocating. And he was oxygen. I was worried, she whispered. Izuku realized something terrifying in that moment. This wasn't temporary. This wasn't slowing down. It was evolving. Because now, they didn't just want to be near him. They needed to be. Izuku tried to step back. He really did. But Ochako stepped forward, closing the distance again. Her eyes never left his. Not even for a second. Like if she blinked, he might disappear. Why were you hiding from me? She asked softly. He didn't answer immediately. Because the truth would hurt her. I didn't want to make it worse. Her expression changed. Not angry. Not sad. Just confused. Being near you doesn't make anything worse. It does, he wanted to say. But he couldn't. Because part of him, a selfish, broken part, liked it, liked being wanted, liked being needed. After years of being nothing, he had become everything. And that scared him more than anything else. The next few days became unbearable. Girls from other classes waited outside his classroom. Just to see him. Just to hear him speak. Even teachers noticed. Whispers spread across UA. Something was wrong. Something had changed. And the center of it all was him. Bakugo grabbed him by the collar after class. This isn't just attraction anymore. Izuku didn't resist. I know. Bakugo's grip tightened. They're not choosing this. That word hit him like a punch. Choosing. They weren't choosing him. His quirk was choosing for them. Controlling them. Rewriting their feelings. And he hated it. But then, something worse happened. Much worse. A girl from another class collapsed in the hallway. Her breathing unstable. Her eyes searching desperately. It's Midoriya. He froze. He had never spoken to her before. Never even seen her face. But she looked at him like he was her only reason to exist. Aizawa arrived immediately. His expression serious. He looked at Izuku. Your quirk isn't just attracting them anymore. Izuku's voice trembled. What is it doing? Aizawa didn't answer immediately. Because the truth was dangerous. It's bonding them to you. Bonding, not attraction, not interest, attachment, dependency, the kind that couldn't be broken easily. The kind that could destroy lives. Including his. That night, Izuku stared at his reflection again. But this time, he didn't see the weak boy he used to be. He saw someone else. Someone dangerous. Someone who could control hearts without trying. This isn't hero power. Heroes saved people. They didn't make people need them. They didn't take away freedom. They didn't become addiction. But that's exactly what he was becoming. And deep down, he feared the truth most of all. This wasn't his quirk's final form. It was only the beginning. Because soon, it wouldn't just affect girls at UA. It would affect everyone. Everywhere. And when that happened, Izuku Midoriya wouldn't just be the most loved person in the world. He would be the most dangerous one too. Izuku stopped going to school the next day. He couldn't. Not after what happened. Not after seeing that girl collapse. Not after seeing the fear in Aizawa's eyes. He stayed inside his room. Door locked. Curtains closed. Alone. Or at least, he tried to be. Because even from inside, he could feel them. Their emotions. Their thoughts. Their pull. Like invisible threads tied to his existence. Reaching for him. Calling him. Needing him. He pressed his hands against his head. Stop. But it didn't stop. It only grew stronger. Outside UA, something terrifying was happening. Girls who had never met him were starting to feel it too. A girl walking home suddenly stopped. Her chest tightened. Her heart raced. It's Midoriya. She didn't know why she said his name. She had never met him. Never seen him. But somehow, she knew him. Far away, another girl dropped her phone. Her breathing uneven. Her thoughts clouded by one person. Green hair. Gentle eyes. A presence she couldn't explain. His influence was spreading. Beyond distance. Beyond sight. Beyond control. Back at UA, Aizawa stood with all might. Both silent. Both understanding the danger. This isn't normal quirk behavior, Aizawa said. All Might's expression was heavy. It's evolving. Aizawa looked toward Izuku's dorm. If it continues. He didn't finish the sentence. He didn't need to. Because they both knew the truth. Izuku Midoriya was becoming something the world had never seen before. Not the strongest hero. Not the most dangerous villain. Something else. Something in between. Someone who didn't need to fight. Because no one would ever want to hurt him. Inside his room, Izuku sat on the floor. His breathing slow. His eyes empty. I just wanted to be a hero. He never wanted this. Never wanted control over anyone's heart. Never wanted to take away their choice. But his quirk didn't care about what he wanted. It cared about what he was becoming. A soft knock echoed at his door. He froze. He didn't answer. Another knock. Gentle. Patient. Deku. Ochako's voice. Weak. Desperate. Like she had been waiting there for hours. I knows you're in there. Silence filled the room. His hand trembled. He knew opening that door would make it worse. He knew staying away would hurt her. He was trapped. Not by enemies. Not by villains. But by himself. He walked slowly toward the door. His hand hovering over the handle. His heart pounding louder than ever before. Because deep down, he knew the truth. No matter what he chose. This was only the beginning. His quirk hadn't reached its full power yet. And when it did, the entire world would feel it. Not as fear. Not as control. But as devotion. And the scariest part was that part of him didn't want it to stop. His hand slowly touched the handle. And the moment he opened that door, everything would change forever. That's it for part 1. If this video reaches 30 likes, I'll upload part 2. Thanks for watching and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to